Hello and welcome. I'm Thef, and today we're diving into the exciting world of user interface nodes in Arcadia. Whether you're a seasoned creator or just starting out, these tools will help you craft engaging and dynamic gameplay experiences. There are various user interface nodes available in Arcadia, things from timers to messages, alerts, overlay screens and such. Let me get some of them organized on the screen here real quick. We're going to start with the basics that just display text. The Action Feed UI node can show notifications on screen when players join or leave the arc, or also when players are killed within the arc. We have the option on this one to auto show on start, so we don't need to trigger it to display. The Personal Action Feed UI node, similar to the Action Feed UI node, can show the kills and assists for the specific player. It can also display custom messages as well. Let's set up some logic that can show what these UI elements look like. I'll just set up a quick timer here that can trigger them on a loop. We also have a timer UI node over here that we will wire into this timer so it can display as well. We also have an objective UI node and a tool tip node. Let's wire these in real quick as well. The objective UI node and the personal action feed UI node can display a string value, which we'll customize with some variables for this demonstration. The tool tip node can take in two string variables, one for the title and one for the tip. Let's make sure we are starting the timer as well. We'll just use an onStart node here to start the timer when the arc starts. Let's see how these look. Immediately, you can see the timer UI node. We have it set on the round template, so it is showing the countdown until the next round. And the Action Feed UI node is showing that I joined the game. You can see the Objective UI node showing up at the top of the screen here, the Personal Action Feed message in the middle, and the tooltip on the right side. This should give you a good idea of what the different text display options of the UI are. Let's take a look at some of the overlay screens now. Let's hook up the Ready Up screen node to show on start. You have the option to display a timer on the screen, lock the player's movement while it is active, and display the arc's thumbnail instead of just an overlay. Here you can see the overlay. It shows the title of the arc. It will show the description of the arc here as well, along with all the players and their Ready Up status. There are a couple events you can work off of here. On all players ready will trigger when every player in the game has readied up. On finish will trigger when the timer has reached 0. You can use these both to start a game or a round, either when everyone is ready or at a specific time, as to not allow players to hold a game hostage. Let's take a look at the respawn UI node next. This node requires the player ID for the player you want to respawn. So let's use an onPlayer join node to trigger this one. This node provides the UI for allowing the player to respawn. You can trigger off the onRespawn requested event to determine how to respawn the player. Next, we have the endgame UI node. This node will display multiple lines of text in the middle of the screen. To do that, it requires a string list node of the strings you wish to display. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to make a simple list, but you can get very complex with how you create this text. Let me grab a string list node here, and I'll get 3 string values here. We'll just use line 1, 2, and 3. I am not doing any logic to guarantee their order here, so we will see what happens. Let's get an add list element node in here so we can add all these strings into the list to feed that end game UI node. As expected, the lines are not in order, but you can get the idea of how this displays. There are 3 different templates for this node. This is the score template. This is the time template. And this is the round template. That wraps up our introduction to UI nodes. In the next video, we'll explore even more advanced features. So, stay tuned. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to hit the like button. Have questions or ideas for future videos? Drop them in the comments below. I love hearing from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.